welcome back to my channel. Midnight Muses here. I know it's been a little while again. I keep trying to stick to a filming schedule, but it has been so hard. Not only has the weather been really bad so that I don't have good lighting, and the last video that I posted had terrible lighting because we had bad weather, but I was actually also in a car accident recently. Not bad. I just got whiplash. It was a little bit harder to move around things. I couldn't even pick up my makeup case to move over to like set up, and even setting up my camera would make my arm hurt, so I couldn't shoot for a little while. But I'm here, I'm back. I'm just gonna do a little makeup tutorial today just because I do have a very busy day ahead. I've been doing a lot of my painting and my crafting. I actually got through a whole painting and part of another one yesterday, and I've got a lot of stuff to do today, and I've got to help a friend out, so just gonna do a little makeup tutorial. Today I'm also gonna be trying the Lipsense here that I got from my friend Candice. She has a Facebook business page for it, which I will be linking down below. I have tried it already. I do really like it. There are some pros and cons. I'll go into it when I get to that point. But for now, let's just get started. I'm also going to be using the Shape Tape Concealer again today, which I know that I used before and said horrible things about because it made my skin really kind of crepey and had dry patches. It was horrible. And I didn't know why, because I used it with my normal foundation and everything. And then the other day, I decided to try it again with my BB cream, and it was absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to do that again today. And hopefully the results are the same, because I really, really want to love it, because all I've heard for years is how amazing this concealer is. So I hated trying it and being like, what are these people talking about? It sucks. But anyways, to start, I'm going to be using my usual Spotlight primer from Physicians Formula. I love this stuff. And yes, I know that it's just liquid highlighter that I'm putting all over my face, but it makes me feel glowy. And I think, again, as I've said before, because I don't wear a heavy foundation, you really do get that glow through the skin, which is why I like it. Because as I said again before, I've never understood the point of doing this to put on a full coverage foundation, because you're not going to see it at all. But if you do wear a light foundation, you get that really nice, like almost like a wedding glow kind of skin. So I'm looking forward. Not looking forward. I do love that look. So, and yeah. It's so nice. It just looks, you just look crazy to start, and I'm well aware of that. So yeah, so I'm going to use my NYX BB cream today for my, instead of foundation. Just because I'm also going to be helping a friend clean. And when I do a lot of running around, the last thing I want is a heavy foundation, just because my skin has gotten so dry, and now that we're really starting to get into the winter weather, it's just getting drier. And I found that when I wear even a light coverage foundation, that my skin just doesn't, it starts to really get those dry patches pretty early on. Or if it doesn't get dry patches, it looks like a cakey mess after a few hours. And if I'm running around and busy, that's the last thing that, no matter what, that's the last thing I want. But if I'm running around and busy, it's going to happen even faster. So I'm going to do a BB cream today to just get a nice look. And see, because I'm wearing just the BB cream, you can still see how glowy my skin is. It just doesn't look quite so insane. And then again, once I put on my loose powder and my concealer and everything, it's gonna really go to just that perfect glow and be even slightly less sheeny. And though, not gonna lie, I don't mind this at all. To me, this is a nice glow. I think it's funny, when I had really oily skin, because I used to always have super, super oily skin, I wanted to have the mattest skin you could possibly have. And now that my skin is dry, it is give me all of the glow all the time. That is all that I want. So it's funny how your interests change as essentially as you age. You know, you want everything to look different when you're younger. You want that matte look, which in my opinion makes you look a little bit older. When you're younger, you want that fresh, glowy skin that makes you look younger. Getting older sucks. Good things too, but aging sucks. Thankfully, I don't have any lines yet, but I do have amazing genes, so realistically, I'm not really expecting to get any for at least another few decades. My mom is in her 60s, and she barely has any, and she was a lifelong smoker on top of that, and doesn't use skincare, so got good genes. My dad has absolutely no wrinkles, so I'm not worried about that. But the other things, like your skin drying to the bone, that I've already gotten, which sucks a lot. And so today I'm gonna use the NYX Mineral Set It Don't Fret It powder. And again, this is a funny thing. When I first got this, because I was very excited when NYX first came to Canada, obviously, because before that I'd only been able to buy it in the States. So when we got it in Canada, I kind of went crazy because I also sold it. So I kind of went crazy and just got my hands on everything that I could. And I always preferred loose powders to pressed powders. But when I got this, I found that it made my skin so oily throughout the day that I couldn't use it. And thankfully I bought it right before I started that medication that dried out my skin, because now it is my favorite powder because it doesn't dry out my skin at all. It keeps it nice and it keeps that glow to it. Like, it looks a little bit matte now, but you'll see after about an, well, you won't see, but maybe I'll post a picture later. After about an hour or so, you really get that kind of moist, that dew back, so you have that really nice, you can still see the glow though, which is good. See, and that now that looks like a really healthy glow, because my skin's not shiny, but it's lit from within, which is just everything to me. I'm gonna use the Butter Bronzer. This is an item that I'm also 100% sure that I'm allergic to, but I found that because it's going on top of so many layers of makeup, that I don't really get much irritation from it, which makes me so happy because I really, really love this bronzer. It's another product that I've been seeing people use for years, and while I always had access to it, I didn't get it because of the ingredients. But then it's like, hang on a minute, you're layering your face, go ahead and use it. And I have found that I use the Physicians Formula foundation that I am also allergic to, and while it does irritate my skin, it doesn't irritate it for very long. So it must just, I don't think there's a lot in there. I don't recommend, if you have an allergy, to use something you're allergic to. I am very aware that I'm being stupid doing that, and that I'm being very vain to use something that I know is not good for me just because it makes me look pretty. But I like it, and it doesn't really irritate my skin. I was getting a lot of acne for a little while, and I thought maybe that was causing it because of how irritating it is for the half an hour that from when I put it on. Not the bronzer. The bronzer is really, really fine. It gets slightly itchy for a couple of minutes and then it goes away. But the foundation would bother me for quite a while. But my skin's completely cleared up again, and I've still been using it, so I think it was something else that was causing that. For blush today, I'm going to use the Milani Luminoso. If you can focus. It's not going to focus, but it's the Milani Luminoso. I love this blush. I keep getting new blushes, and I'll try them for a minute, and they're nice, and I love them, but everyone was right. Like, this was, like, the best blush around for a while there, and I completely understand why, because it just gives you that perfect flush. It's not too pink, but it's not too peachy. It looks pure orange, but I get a nice, like, peach tone from it, and I really, really love it in the fall weather. I actually kind of like it in the winter weather. I won't use it all winter. I'll only use it until my tan completely goes away. And I know you're looking at me and probably thinking this girl does not have a tan. I do still have a tan. I am that pale. For highlighter today, I just realized that I have this Ciate highlighter that I got in Ipsy that I don't think I've used yet because it's still all in the packaging and closed up, and I had it in a bag, and yeah, it's not even been swatched. So we're gonna try this sucker today and see how it works, though I do tend to layer my highlighter, so don't be surprised if I end up pulling out a bunch of other ones. I do still have that blue one that I got in my other one, but I'm not doing a look that would suit that today. And I did fix it the other day, so it should be ready to use. Oh, wow, that's nice. Ooh, why did I not open you? Jeez, you are pretty. But yeah, so when I do a more cool toned look, I'll use that, but because today I'm doing, why am I out of focus? Come back. But today I have that Lipsense to try, and it is a black, it's the blackberry one, so it's like black and sparkly. So I'm not gonna use a crazy highlighter, and I'm gonna have a more toned down eye look as well, because I don't like going so crazy everywhere in the face. If I'm doing, I like to have like the one focal point, because then it really shows. I'm still out of focus. Come on, camera, find my face. There we go. Okay, we're back. So now I'm gonna go on to the eyes. I am going to use a little bit of the NYX Full Throttle Quad. I really like this guy. I've never used it on here before, but I do use it frequently, and I'm using it today because it is my very good friend Ashley's birthday today, and this was a gift that she brought back for me from Greece. So in honor of her birthday, I will be using the quad that she got for me. But to start off, I'm going to use the Zodiac palette from ColourPop. It's the Kathleen Lights collaboration, just because I like the transition in here is just a little bit too dark for me, that brown color. So I'm going to use the lighter one in this palette and then mix it with that one, and then use some of the other colors to get a nice quick little look going. That's not the brush I want. Where's the brush I want? I'll use this one. So I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to pop into Taurus, which is the light brown color there, and just put that all over my crease and upper lid area. I have very, very hooded eyes, so I'd like to bring my transition and crease color considerably higher than my crease, because if I don't do that, then my eyes look extremely squinty. But obviously follow your own eye shape. I also tend to go for a more either rounded look, or I'll go for a look that wings up this way, because I also have very downcast eyes, which is why while I do my lower lid, I don't go as blown out as you see a lot of other YouTubers do, because if I do that, then I look like a flapper, which is fine if you're going for that look, but it does make you look rather sad and gloomy, and on the daily, I really don't like to look sad and gloomy, because I feel sad and gloomy all the time, but I don't want to look like how I feel, because my whole mantra is, if you look good, you will feel good. And even if you don't have to feel great, but you will feel better than you were feeling. It always picks up your mood when you make your makeup just a little bit brighter and happier. At least for me, makeup has always been something that makes my day go better. It makes me happy. So now I'm just using the darker brown in the Full Throttle palette. It is a really, really nice little palette. I really, really appreciated the thoughtfulness behind it, because everyone knows I love makeup, but everyone also knows that I own everything, and I love that she went out of her way to find something that she knew I wouldn't have to bring back, and she just moved away recently, so I miss her a lot too, so gotta represent my buddy. Yeah. See, and that works so nicely, because it's a really, really nice, it's like almost like an orangey brown, which I really, really enjoy. And then, because I don't want to go crazy on the eye, I'm not going to use the blue, which I really, really want to use because I love it so much. But I am going to pop into the silver color and put that on my lid. I haven't used this in a little while. I miss it. I think I need to put a little bit of setting spray on this to really, if I want to build up the color, though. As I said, I don't know if I want to, just because I do want a much more subtle eye look today, because I am going with a very bold lip. But we'll see. I've been adding glitter to literally everything that I do lately. It's like I can't get away from the glitter. I don't know. It's like that Halloween, Christmas time. In between that whole season, I feel like everything should be sparkly. Actually, I think what I will do, instead of using a setting spray and to kind of foil that shadow, I'm going to take my NYX glitter roll-on stick and just put a little bit of that right in the inner corner. Just so I can add just a tiny bit of sparkle. And I love this stuff. It goes on, it doesn't go anywhere. You can kind of blend it out a little bit with your finger so it doesn't look quite so intense. You can kind of do as you want with it. And I have a couple of them, but this is the iridescent glitter. And I like it because it kind of, it blends in with whatever you're doing, right? So if you have a silver eye, then you'll still have a silver eye. Or if you have a blue eye, you'll still have a blue eye, you know? Like, it just kind of blends in with whatever you are doing, and I really, really love it for that. It's so fantastic. I definitely recommend these. I know everyone does the Stila. I cannot afford the Stila because in Canada they're like $30 a pop, and that's well out of my price range. So I like those a lot to give me that just like quick throw on glitter. And again, it doesn't move around, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't transfer. It's not quite so the Stila has like a metallic plus the glitter with it. This is straight glitter, so you do want to have a base underneath, but it's beautiful. And I mean, it takes 2 seconds to put on a little shadow underneath. And you don't have to do like a full, sorry, it's hard to talk when I'm putting on liner. I'm using the tattoo liner today. I was using the NYX liner, but mine broke. But what I was saying is you don't have to do like a transition and a crease. You can just do like one full sweep of color and then throw the sparkles on and it's perfect. But yeah, I don't know what happened to my NYX liner, my Epic ink liner, which is outside of this liner, my other favorite liner. That's like my favorite affordable liner. But it works, but it just sends the ink literally everywhere. And it's been getting all in my eyes, and then I have to redo all of my makeup, and it's not been fun. I don't like it. So I had to crack open a tattoo liner. I've been holding on to this for about 2 months now, because I knew that my ink liner was slowly dying. So I got this when I had a little bit of extra money in preparation. And I have been wearing lashes a lot lately, but I'm not going to put them on in this video. And though I may wear them after, the reason for that being is because while I put on lashes really well and all of that, that's not a problem. I've gotten so used to over the years applying them to other people and not to myself, because I started wearing my glasses all the time instead of wearing my contacts, that it now takes me absolutely forever to put on my lashes. So while I probably will apply them, I will not in the video. And because I'm crap at editing, I am not going to try and stop the video and restart it with them on. I am learning. I am slowly getting better. My boyfriend is really good at it. He just hasn't had time to teach me properly. And because we aren't currently living together because we're trying to save money, we don't get to see each other as often. And so when we do see each other, we're always so busy trying to have time to ourselves, but also to see our friends and have family time together, that working on our hobbies to that level is hard. Like, we'll do a lot of we'll do a lot of photo shoots together and all of that, but the editing tends to get done separately because it's very time consuming and we don't have the time to do that together. But hopefully when we get our place, my videos will start getting a lot better, because he did say that he would edit them for me when we have the time to do it. So we'll see, hopefully. But ooh, yeah, I quite like that look. My mascara looks smudgy. I promise you it's not. I just have a ton of lower lashes and they are extremely long. I'm gonna throw my brows on really quickly. I'm still doing the same thing where I'm using the NYX Fire Element palette, and I'm using, the colors are not listed on it, and it just has numbers, but I'm still using these two colors. Oh, I'm still using these two colors here. I just blend them together, and I use a little bit of my setting spray wherever my setting spray has gone off to. I use a little bit of my Pixie Glow Mist on a brow brush, brush them in, and then use whatever brow gel I have available to set them in place. I'm going to be using one of my brushes from college, from when I was in makeup school. This is still by far the best eyebrow brush that I have ever used in my entire life. I've never found anything that even remotely compares, and I have probably now at least like 8 or 9 brow brushes, and I don't use them. Every now and again I'll try to, just to be like, okay, well, let me see, but it doesn't do the same job. This one is so coarse and so dense, and it really just, it gets through all of the hairs. So even if you're using like a powder or a pomade, it gives you more of that natural brow look, because it really just, it puts the hairs in place and everything as it goes. I really, really love it. Pure Cosmetics used to have one like this, but when they changed from Pure Minerals just to Pure Cosmetics, they changed their brushes, and now their brow brush is very soft, like you see with everybody else. And it makes me sad, because they were the only ones that had a competing brow brush, and I really wish that I'd bought it, but I didn't, because besides the fact that money is always an option, money is always an issue with me. I'm always trying to save, but perfect brow brush, I was like, oh, well, I don't need this. I need other brushes, you know? And now I can't get it anymore, and it makes me sad. That's that. All right, and then today I'm just going to use the NYX, and this one is in brunette, just because I usually have more cool toned hair, so, and no one has anything for red hair when it comes to brows. It is really, really hard to find auburn things. I know NYX does, but you have to go to the actual NYX store, and I have really crazy anxiety when it comes to going places. And like, once I'm in a NYX store, I'm fine, but getting me there can be quite the issue. And the only time I really make it to the mall is when I'm with my boyfriend, and the last place he wants to go is in a makeup store. So I don't really push it, because I don't like to shop and he does. So by the time he's done all of his shopping and got everything he wants, I'm ready to leave anyway. But anyways, on to the Lipsense. I'm just gonna wipe off my lip balm that I had to prep my lips with. So this is an interesting thing. You have to apply it in one direction, and you have to let it dry, and you have to apply 3 layers and then a gloss on top. The reason why I haven't showed this in a video, even though I've had it for a little while now, is because I'm actually very allergic to the gloss that goes on top of this. And because it's very alcohol based, it really dries up, so I actually would get the reaction from the shea butter and the gloss. So it was a matter of trying to find a gloss that I could use that would go on top that would work well with it. And I had a gloss that I'm not allergic to that's sheer with every other lipstick, but for some reason on top of this it would turn very taupey and change the color and make the lipstick not look pretty. So I just found this little Essence guy. You can't see it, but it's called their hollow gloss. It's a clear gloss with iridescent shimmer in it, and as this is already a shimmery lipstick, I figure, you know what, that should be fine. So we're gonna try it out together and see what happens. And you just want to shake it before you use it and get all the excess off, because you want to apply very thin layers at a time. There are two things that I don't like about this lipstick. One, that alcohol smell kills me. If you're very, very sensitive to smells, you probably aren't going to like it, because as much as I love how it wears and the whole rubbing your lip against a glass thing, I cannot get used to that smell. And that's another reason that kind of deters me a little bit from using it as often. But as I said, I love the wear, so it's more of a matter of, depending on what I'm doing in the day, depends on whether I'll wear it or not. And the only other thing that I don't like is that you do have to apply it in one direction, which is very, very difficult and did take me a little bit of practice, because I'm so used to doing, you know, this, and then like that and that. You cannot do that with this. It has to be one direction only, but it does dry fast. You will also see that as I'm adding layers, you are seeing like the opacity really coming in. It looks actually a lot more opaque on camera than it does in person. I think that's the other thing that I'm kind of iffy on, because for me, being a lover of all of the liquid matte lipsticks, I really, really, really love that super, super matte look, which is why I told my friend Candice too, I'm like, as much as I love this, Witches from Kat Von D will still be my favorite black lipstick. And it's because these ones, I really do love them. They kind of remind me of, if you've ever tried the sheer matte lipsticks from Stila. These they have a gloss that's either glossy or matte, so you can do matte either way. But in terms of just how it looks, they remind me of the sheer mattes, where they are both opaque, but yet you can kind of see your lips through it. It's actually quite beautiful. Like I feel like I'm saying it in a negative way. I don't mean it as a negative. It's actually a really, really beautiful, unique look. But again, it really goes to what you're doing for a day, and is something that I usually prefer more in a red lipstick. There we go. And the other thing is, as you apply each layer, you do have to wait slightly longer for it to dry, but it really, really dries super fast. Like the first time you put it on, by the time you have this side finished, you can start back over here instantly. The second one, I would wait maybe 10 seconds or so. And when you have the third one on, I would wait maybe about 20 seconds to 30 seconds to make sure that it's completely dried on. And then you apply your gloss after. So I'm just going to give it a couple of seconds. And then we'll put on our gloss and my setting spray, which also, that's another thing that I've realized, that no one ever sees me put on setting spray in these videos, because I always forget to, and then I put it on after, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have done that. So they see that I actually do set my makeup, because I am a very, very big on setting my makeup. I have a few different ones. Most of them are Pixie. My favorite one is the Too Faced Hangover RX, if it'll focus. Again, my camera hates to focus, but I love the Too Faced RX. Again, it is something that is wildly out of my price range. I got the mini on my birthday, and it's almost done, and it makes me sad. So in between, I've been using the Pixie Rose Mist, which I really, really, really like. And yes, I know it's basically the same price, but I actually get a discount on the Pixie, which is why I can afford it easier. Also, it's a lot bigger and lasts me way longer. All right, so I'm just going to put the gloss on now. Wow, that actually did the best thing ever. And as you can see, there is nothing on the gloss wand, and it's a clear wand, which tells you that it's completely dry and is not transfer. So this is the point when I could do the whole like going on the glass thing, but because I'm wearing a glittery lipstick, you would just see sparkles on it, and I don't need to do that. As I said, to me, I think showing a clear gloss wand that there's absolutely no color on it when I'm wearing black lipstick should tell you that it does not transfer at all. So I'm going to throw on what's left of my favorite setting spray. All right, and we are good to go. So thank you for hanging out with me today and this little tutorial trying Lipsense. As I said, I will link my friend's page below, and I hope you're all having a great day, and yeah, I'll see you later. All right, bye.